Welcome to Study Session 3, Classification of Information. Introduction. There are several types of information depending on the criteria under consideration. It is interesting that people often classify information according to their information needs. Thus, the classification can never be exhaustive since human information needs are so much diverse and numerous in nature. In this study session, the classification pertains to only the documented types of information. An example of non-documented type of information is information that is conveyed through unrecorded verbal communication from one person to another. Learning outcomes. At the end of this study session, you should be able to highlight on classification of information, explain classification based on whether information is hard or soft, discuss classification based on level of usage. Classification of information. There are various ways by which information can be classified. In view of the documented types, you can classify information as follows. 1. Classification in terms of form. Form classification is a classification of organisms based on their morphology, which does not necessarily reflect their biological relationships. Form classification, generally restricted to paleontology, reflects uncertainty. The goal of science is to move from taxa to biological taxa, whose affinity is known. The term form classification is preferred to form taxonomy. Taxonomy suggests that the classification implies a biological affinity, whereas form classification is about giving a name to a group of morphologically similar organisms that may not be related. Numerical information, textual information, image and pictorial information, sound and audio information, multimedia information. Numerical information. Numerical data is information that is something that is measurable. It is always collected in number form, although there are other types of data that can appear in number form. An example of numerical data will be the number of people that attended the movie theater over the course of a month. One of the ways you can identify numerical data is by seeing if the data can be added together. In fact, you should be able to perform just about any mathematical operation on numerical data. Textual information. Information text is non-fiction writing, written with the intention of informing the reader about a specific topic. It is typically found in magazines, science or history books, autobiographies, and instruction manuals. They are written in a way that allows the reader to easily find key information and understand the main topic. The author will do this by providing headers over certain sections, by placing important vocabulary in bold type, and by using visual representations with captions. Image and pictorial information. This is in form of symbols, maps, charts, photographs, pictures, paintings, road signals, and all other kinds of diagrams. Image is an artifact that depicts visual perception. For example, a two-dimensional picture that has a similar appearance to some subject, usually a physical object or a person, thus providing a depiction of it. Sound or audio information. This includes any piece of information perceived through the air, e.g., any piece of music or information transmitted through voice messages. Multimedia is content that uses a combination of different content forms such as text, audio, images, animation, video, and interactive content. Multimedia contrasts with media that use only rudimentary computer displays such as text-only or traditional forms of printed or hand-produced material. Multimedia information. Multimedia can be recorded and played, displayed, dynamic, interacted with, or accessed by information content processing devices such as computerized and electronic devices, but can also be part of a live performance. Multimedia devices are electronic media devices used to store and experience multimedia content. Multimedia is distinguished from mixed media in fine art by including audio. For example, it has a broader scope. The term rich media is synonymous for interactive multimedia. Hypermedia scales up the amount of media content in multimedia application. Audio is sound within the acoustic range available to humans. An audio frequency, AF, is an electrical alternating current within the 20 to 20,000 Hz cycles per second range that can be used to produce acoustic sound. In computers, audio is a sound system that comes with or can be added to a computer. An audio card contains a special built-in processor and memory for processing audio files and sending them to speakers in the computer. Multimedia presentations may be viewed by person on stage, projected, transmitted, or played locally with a media player. A broadcast may be a live or recorded multimedia presentation. Broadcasts and recordings can be either analog or digital electronic media technology. Digital online multimedia may be downloaded or streamed. Streaming multimedia may be live or on demand. Multimedia games and simulations may be used in a physical environment with special effects, with multiple users in an online network, or locally with an offline computer, game system, or simulator. The various formats of technological or digital multimedia may be intended to enhance the user's experience. For example, to make it easier and faster to convey information, or in entertainment or arts, to transcend everyday experience. A LIS show is a live multimedia performance. Classification based on level of usage. Here you can identify 3 different types of information: strategic information, tactical information, operational information. Strategic information. This is information needed by top-level management for decision making. Such decisions tend to require external data. Information needed here is long range for strategic decisions. Strategic information is captured through decision support systems to make strategic planning. Tactical information. Tactical information is needed by middle-level managers and is concerned with decisions made at the strategic level. Tactical information may include information on allocating the resources needed to meet organizational objectives, and examples are information on plant layout, personnel concerns, budget allocation, and production scheduling. Operational information. This is information needed for the routine running of the affairs of an enterprise. The information is primarily sourced from internally generated data, and a high degree of accuracy is needed. Frequent reporting is necessary because of the short range of the decisions involved. Operational information is needed by lower-level management, for example, supervisors, and includes information needed to make decisions on whether to accept or reject a credit and assigning jobs to individual workers. However, it should be noted that the classification of information can never be exhaustive. Information can also be classified according to roles, e.g., problem-solving information, coverage, general public information, availability and accessibility, classified and proprietary information. Classification based on whether information is hard or soft. Hard information is from research findings, that is, any piece of information which originates as a result of conduct of research. Such information is disseminated through any of the following channels: books, journals, conference proceedings, and so on. Soft information, on the other hand, is from the media and is mostly used for propaganda. Most government institutions employ soft information in selling their programs to the people, to create awareness in the society, and to enlighten the citizenry about the workings of the government generally. Soft information is often disseminated through both the print, daily newspapers, news magazine, and so on, and electronic, radio, and TV media. It should be pointed out, however, that hard information can become soft information and vice versa. When soft information becomes published in any of the established media of disseminating hard information, then it becomes hard. So also when hard information, research findings, is published in newspapers, news magazine, and so on for a wider readership, it becomes soft information. Summary of Study Session 3. In this study session, you have learnt the following. Classification in terms of form include what is numerical information, textual information, image or pictorial information, sound or audio information, multimedia information. End of Study Session 3. Thanks for listening.